Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and this is, would you believe it, Train Fever. And yes, I know we're watching a bus, and there's a reasonably good reason for that, I think. You may remember at the end of the last episode, those of you that have watched it, I finally sorted out the express route, which was going up to Wisbeach Junction from Fakenham, which is actually where this bus is headed into right now, by changing it. So it went from Teignmouth to Wisbeach Junction, which did mean, because I also fixed the loop, that there were no trains sort of connecting Fakenham to Teignmouth, if I remember what I'm talking about, and likewise Teignmouth to Gisborough was broken. Now, by making the express route that much straighter and simpler, it actually started making a fair amount of money, which was grand. So what I've actually done, I was going to actually, in fact I did think I was recording this bit of putting these bus routes into place. So there's what I've called a mega bus route from Teignmouth to Fakenham and also Teignmouth to Gisborough. So that's sort of just connecting up the other two towns which didn't have rail routes connecting them together. So I was recording putting these bus routes in, which wasn't actually terribly exciting. Laying roads, for some reason, just isn't as much fun as laying track. But I forgot to actually turn the recorder on. So you've been saved the rather dull little episode that I had intended to record for you. However, having played that on from my failed recording, I've kind of discovered, and I don't know if this will show it me here. Let's get me railroad up. After a few years, oh my goodness, look at that! The Express is making 2 million more on a nice 5-minute turnaround. If I play this on a few more years, and we may see this in this episode, the Express actually starts to lose money again. And I have a suspicion it might be because the frequency of this bus route is actually upsetting it. And that's taking passengers away because they can get then to a loop station from which they can continue their journey in just as quick a time as using the Express. But I'm not going to worry about that today. What we've got is another exercise to do today. Now if we look at my vehicles and their age, let's scroll all the way up. We've got a few old road vehicles like this one, which are very old indeed, 20 years and thereabouts, largely because I didn't have a fancy new replacement, should we focus on him, for these old buses, actually these old trucks. There wasn't a mod one which sort of came in the last few years, which was a much more attractive replacement for this one, so I've kind of left it. Now I do actually have, really, in the last year, unfortunately you missed that pop-up, some fabulous new freight vehicles. I mean, look at this. I think all these are mods, actually a bit like the bus. I'll put the links in the description as usual. I think all these are modded versions of the Scania, and they are fabulous. Now, I was thinking, what I was actually planning to do originally was replace these buses. Why do I keep calling them buses? They're trucks! Shall we stop the game for a second? Aha! Right. Just a quick pointer here. As far as I can recall, when I played the game before, all these I think actually are part of the game. When you reach the year 2000, it actually unlocks these particular versions. In fact, if I go back to the vehicle replacement thing, it's difficult to tell, but I have a feeling they actually come from the base game. If not, then I'll put the mod details in the description. Now what I'd like to do, in fact, is rather than replace those trucks, is try to get this wood line, which has always been supplying this sawmill by truck, put a train in there. It's not a great distance, and I've tried it before sort of off camera, and it's a little bit awkward because there's some slopes going on here, so it's going up and down the hill there and across the terrain. But let's try that. That should be a fun exercise, and made even more fun by the fact that I'm going to want to insert it, a new line, into this station here. I don't want to waste all those goods, so we're going to have to wait for the trains to turn up. Now, you're the Gisborough one. You don't take many goods. Yeah, it's only 13. Where's the Banbury? The Banbury train's miles away. Are you coming in? Oh, you are. Right, so what we'll do, we'll wait for those trains to come on in. The Banbury one. There you are. Oh, you're in here already. Right. So once he's picked up, actually once they've both picked up their loads, they're fairly close together. Yeah. Once they've picked up their loads, I'll pause the game because I'll need to extend this train station to add a third track. I don't have to, but it makes more sense to me to add a third track in there for the delivery of lumber by train coming from their hills up there, over in the distance. Okay, so we'll fill these two trains up, and then we'll move on to. That's it. I mean, the trouble is they don't actually make much money. I'm feeling they're getting quite old as well. It makes a bit of money sometimes, but I'm just wondering if, because the trucks are supplying the goods here, the wood here, whether they're actually delivering enough in time for the trains. So I'm hoping that putting a train in here will actually, to deliver the lumber, will actually improve the efficiency of this whole operation and actually get more goods out as well and make those trains profitable in addition. Right, so let's just get those past the lamps, the lights. That should be enough. Okay, right, so this is going to be fun. So I don't really want to delete that bridge either, but that's going to be awkward to get a track in there. I might have to. I am going to have to delete that bridge, aren't I? That's a shame. Actually, I could run it. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Sorry. Okay, right. So where's my lumber mill? I've lost it already. There it is. There it is. Going too far. Okay, so let's actually get rid of all these trucks. I can't do it from there. I need to do it from the lines. So look at that. I mean, it's a nice route, to be honest. I mean, it's making over $1 million a shot. Okay. So let's. Oh, I'm going to have to unpause that to get the. Actually, no, that won't take too long. Come on, that's it. Right, once you've done, that's it. The road's going. And there you are. Okay, splendid. So let's start demolishing stuff. Whoa! That was a big chunk of road, and that little chunk, and that little chunk as well. A little bit of smoothiness, just in case it's helpful for relaying the track as we go forward. That might help, who knows. Right. So, stations. The track we want will be fast. We'll make it electric just in case I decide to use electric. I haven't used much, to be honest, in terms of electric trains. What's that one? Well, this looks like a fancy modded station, doesn't it? 240, that's probably more than sufficient, I would have thought. Okay. That's nice and cheap. Actually, that wasn't as cheap as I thought it was going to be, but there you are. Let's just make sure we connect it up before I forget. Just a little bit rubbish. Try and make it look at least a little bit neat and tidy. That'll do. So okay, so it should be able to collect stuff from the sawmill there. Okay. You see we've got that. Getting it down in time. I've tried this off camera before, and it's a pain in the rear end. I mean, look at that. Actually, is it possible to bridge a bridge? Oh, I say. Is it going to be? It's just a bit stupid, to be honest. It lets me. But that's a bit stupid because there's nothing for that road bridge to. Don't do that. Let's get rid of that. Let's. Don't get rid of those two little bits as well. Now, will this road? That was a fast motorway, wasn't it? If I remember right. Good bus lanes. There we go. Right. That will do. So, let's get back to the track in question. You see, it almost does it. Oh, that's not bad, actually. That's quite impressive. So the goods trains comes hurtling over the road and the main passenger rail routes. Yeah, 1.2 million. Now where do I want it to go? Oh, it needs to come further over here, actually. Which it can do. So it needs to be reasonably straight, I think. Ah! Come on, you worked. You did. There you go. Okay, we don't need this old country road anymore, do we? Get rid of that. No idea what it was used for, but it's surplus to requirements now. Oh, lots of uneven terrain. Can I smooth that out a little bit? I'm not sure that'll help at all, to be honest, in terms of getting a nice smooth entry to the station here. This bridge is problematical. Can I get... Oh, you can. But the question... Oh, that was me waiting for the trucks to arrive. It's collected goods already. Now the only trouble is, of course, if I delete this station, even if I replace it immediately, it will, I believe, lose all those goods. There are no trains. Well, it's a price worth paying, I think. We have to pay it, really, to be honest. But actually, I wonder if we could move this station further along that way. I don't want to. We'll leave it as an old-fashioned one. It's going to be 3 tracks, and we need to spin it, whoops, around that way. Now the problem here, ooh, is that lining up? Now that was, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I've had so much trouble in the past. You may recall, I think Fakenham was a bit like this, where I tried to replace the station immediately and it just wouldn't line up with the tracks. I think there were terrain issues there, to be honest, as well, but right, now can I? Oh, I can get it under the bridge. Oh, that is magnificent. I'm so pleased about that. Oh. Right, oh, this is actually going to be easier than I thought it would be. I don't know what I was doing when I was playing with this previously, as I say, off. Ah, okay. That's not quite what I wanted. So how tight a turn can I make? I mean, it is slow, but to be honest, these huge, great freight trains lumber along anyway at a slow old speed. I mean, that's not too bad, is it? I mean, it's coming down from 100 something to 50 to turn in there. I think that's more than reasonable. But does it all? It does. You know, I do have 2 platforms here. Oh, I only needed 1 really, didn't I? So I'm not going to get a crossover there unless I delete the bridge and make that an embankment. That's the one thing again with this game Transport Fever will improve upon, that you can't, I think, put junctions and signals and stuff on bridges in Train Fever. I think you can in Transport Fever. That works for me actually. I can't really reuse that depot, so they might have a depot up here in the mountains, and I'm not going to have room for it there either, am I? I suppose I could use that little modded depot, that one. Oh, that sticks on the end quite nicely. Okay, it's a bit of a fraud really. I could even put one of those on. How does that look? That looks alright. Okay, it's a bit underground, but I mean, this is the mountains we're in. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a fair amount actually. Okay, so what we will do, let's create ourselves a new rail line. And it's going from there. It's going to be green like the old truck route was. We don't actually need you anymore. And we're going there, and we will call this one Gisborough Lumber. Spell everything right. Yep. Okay. What train do we want? Now, you saw just popping up, that was the train that's arrived in the last year. It costs, actually that's not too bad, 750 a year, goes 99. We don't really need anything going that fast, I suppose. It's quite good power wise. Well, not as good as this one. That is quite impressive. Well, there's the World 125, stalwart. These are a bit cheaper. I think these old electrics which we've used elsewhere primarily for actually no, we have used them now for the cargo, haven't we? They're not as powerful, quite as fast. No, they're reasonably powerful actually. 3.8, that is quite good. He's an old train though. We want something new and funky, I think. That one's too expensive. Yeah, I'm not sure this lumberyard will return that much. That one's okay, but not that powerful. 250, 235. Well, actually, that's a lot better. And again, these are all modded trains. So, what colour should we use? Should we use that one? No idea. These I think have some relevance. I'm not quite sure where to be honest. I'll find it in the mod. You can look it up yourselves. Right. Yeah, let's take that one. And the wagons. It's going to be freight, and it's going to be carrying lumber. Oh, is that it? So that's 13. These only carry... Yeah, these don't carry anything other than... Oh, that one carries wood. That carries 13 as well, though. Let's take a proper stake car. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. That's probably more than 6, that's probably 7, isn't it? But I can't count the toffee. Right, so which line are you going on? Oh, I've sold... Have you ever been sat watching a game being recorded by a blithering idiot who can't control his mouse? Okay, which one of these did I pick? It was a dip block one, wasn't it? Something like that. Right, let's get these wagons again. Stake cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We don't need that many, I think, actually. That should do. And we will stick you on the new Gisborough lumber line. Excellent. And it'll be a full load. Right. Let's watch him go. Oh, he's noisy. Oh, he's got a sleek operational noise though. And there are, of course, no logs here to collect at this point. Actually, what is this place called? Should we call it something more suitable? We'll call it Gisborough Forest. That will do. Because that's what it is. Okay, right, let's just have a check of my vehicles, see how many... Well, that's a 17-year-old train. So how are you doing, my friend? We've just... what is that? It's carrying goods. Not a great many. I think that's a north of the river line. We haven't really worked up into major profit north of the river just yet. It's a pity, really, but we're getting there. That's making a modest amount of money, and it could do with replacing probably. Which one's that? Oh, I hate it when the game does that. It takes it off my screen and I can't see anything. That's better. So that is going to be... I'm not quite sure that's one of these, isn't it? Probably that one. Let's take a closer look at him while he drives under the earth in the tunnel. God, he must be coming out sometime soon. This is one heck of a tunnel. I'll speed him up a little bit. Yeah, that'll be you. Can we replace you with you? I think so. Okay, it's not carrying too much, so I don't want to put anything terribly expensive on there, so yeah, we'll replace you. And so he'll be replaced. Okay, now our new lumber train is filling up a little bit. It's got 26. I'll release him for now so we can see him in action. Ow! Yeah, I'm not sure. I've picked a great view there of so we can't actually see what the logos are. There he goes. Hidden away from view. So all those people travelling on my luxurious new motorway between Gisborough and Tamworth. You can just see something in this box bridge Not quite sure what. Well, it's going reasonably fast, 80 odd miles an hour down the bulk of the track. Before he slows down. This long curve entering into the station. Now, yes, I think the goods delivery trains don't have a full load setting, so they'll be coming and picking up as and when they. So that's why they're not sat here waiting. Oh, I've got goods here. There must have been goods already waiting in the sawmill. To be honest, I don't know. It could have been from the previous life when it was supplied by trucks. And how much has he made on 27 pieces of wood of lumber? 215k. Well, that's not bad actually. He's a noisy beggar, isn't he? Right, we'll just follow him back up. I like having those old bridges. There is a mod, I think, where you can tell it not to end of life, so, not just the vehicles but the buildings and infrastructure as well. It'd be nice to just keep those old bridges in and rebuild them. I mean, like you do if you have a natural disaster, you rebuild your bridges, don't you? So they look as good as they did when they were first built hundreds of years ago. So I'd like to keep that in the game. So actually, what's my frequency on here? 3 minutes. Well, that's not too bad. Now you see those goods routes. Yeah, they were losing a lot of money from not having the goods to supply. Hopefully that will recover. Now we've got this new fast train service coming in. How's my express doing? Oh, you see, look at, actually it's September. He's only made 258k as opposed to 2 million last year. That's not good. And I suspect it's because of those buses I put on. There was me just trying to service my customers' needs. And what do they do? Oh, that's going up quite well. Oh, that is a very noisy pipe. Shall I put that back on full load? I won't for the moment because I want those. No, I'm confused because I want those other trains to make money as well. But okay, let's get here to these road vehicles. There is a new oil truck. I really like this one actually. This is a really nice looking oil truck. But there is a replacement available over the last year. Let's go to freight so we can see it. And it's that one. Again, I have a suspicion this is a mod. I hope. And that carries 20 as opposed to 18, and it doesn't go any faster, and naturally enough it costs a bit more, but it carries more, so maybe that will help. But I am slightly worried as to why they're sat here waiting for delivery. So where's my oil coming from? Is it coming from? Well, that's, oh, sorry, they're the oil well, aren't they? So it does need to pick up a bit. We may need to actually put some more train tracks in if these lorries aren't coping with deliveries. Okay, well we'll see that one hopefully turn up. Okay, so what we'll do here, I will wrap this one up here. That's a lovely amount of passengers. Where are they all going? All sorts of places. I mean, again, this is the main sort of. Hendon here is a great station, perhaps even more significant than Wisbeach Junction. Well, they're much of a muchness, to be honest, because it's both the southern loops, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Those are probably just the oil ones again. Yeah. Sorry, both the southern and northern loops, clockwise and anti-clockwise, and also the southern extension. which services the two sort of towns off the other side of the hill there. And they connect up to Wisbeach Junction, which then in turn connects up with the express. So that's nice. So although not all the trains will be full, the stations themselves are going to be very busy, which is always good to see. Right, so let's just keep an eye on this train. It is quite 398. Does that mean you're in? That's a nice piece of profit there. Okay. The Sawmill isn't going full capacity yet. I'm hoping that trains will encourage it. So this is one of the goods trains. So how's that doing? Yeah, it's nearly making money. Actually, these Petersfield ones. Can we? How old are they actually? 8. No, I'll let them carry on for the moment. That old one. I think they're making enough money. Okay, right. Actually, that was the. Oh, I've no idea. What have I made a complete boo-boo? No, I haven't. If I set that to yes, then it will change. Sorry. Right. Yeah, sorry, I'm gambling here and I've no idea what I'm talking about. Right. So what I'll do is I'll wrap this up here. So we've got, I finally actually, and that was so much easier than I expected, to be honest, to get this this Sawmill connected by train, and hopefully that will improve those goods vehicles. So I think we're coming to the end of this series of Train Fever, and I will be starting. I know I promised it a little while ago, but I was a little bit off colour. A little bit unwell for a couple of weeks, just earlier, well, last month, being it's December now, and I had a lot of other stuff to do as well with the other game I record, which was Sims 3. So I've sort of left Transport Fever to one side for the moment. I've started playing it just to get to know the mechanics of it, and it's looking quite good. But I do hope to start that within the next week or so, certainly before the end of the year, hopefully before Christmas. I'll start a Transport Fever series, but that means that so that I can keep the sort of quality of the quality of the videos and the frequency up to mark. I'll be wrapping this one up. So what I think we'll do in the next episode is just have a final look over the map, move it forward a few more years, and just see how it all works. Just follow a few trains around the map. There are some fun routes. The loop is particularly good, especially when it's sort of intersecting with the express. Which reminds me, let's just take a quick final look. Oh, there's the express. How much business are those trains doing? Yeah, that's not enough, is it? I mean, at the beginning of this episode, they were racking up 2/3 capacity easily for at least 2 trains, if not all 3. I have a suspicion the buses have done that. So I will think on that, see if I can put something else in its place. Maybe the TVF, a proper fast train, and we will see where we go. Okay, what have we got? So end of a new year. Oh, look, new modded buses. Excellent. We might find those appearing in the next episode. But anyway, from me, Ajaxpost, until next time, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do please leave a like or a comment if you'd just like to suggest things or have a look at something that, if you want me to have a look at something rather, before I wrap up this series, we will do so. And any thoughts, that is a noisy train, for the upcoming Transport Fever series. And of course, to make sure you get notification of all those, please do subscribe so you know exactly what I'm up to, just in case you do. Anyway, until then, from me, bye bye for now.